Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back once again to your boy's channel. You already know who it is. I'm back with a brand new video. And if you're new here, please hit that like and subscribe button. If you're returning, please hit the like and subscribe button. So, as you can see from the title of this video, yes, your boy did see a Minecraft movie. And I gotta be 100% honest with y'all, okay? I would not have believed anybody if they would have told me when these trailers dropped that this movie would be doing the numbers that it is doing, okay? It is unbelievable. I don't know what it is about the one scene, chicken jockey, whatever it is, they got everybody acting crazy at the theater. I've seen the videos. I don't know what it is, but for whatever reason, all the teenagers are going crazy. Now, full disclosure, I've never played a Minecraft before. I've never played the game, so I don't know nothing about any of this world, any Easter eggs, or anything that goes on. So anybody out there in the comment section, please let me know what I missed here in my review. Please watch from beginning to end. So let's go ahead and get into this. The main thing I want to point out is that Jack Black in this movie is over the top, way over the top. He's literally dialed up to a damn 10 with the way that he acts. I'm pretty sure he had a lot of fun doing this film. Um, he's basically a grown ass kid, I'm gonna say, who stumbles into this mine, finds this orb or the cube, whatever they call it, that looks like the Tesseract from the Avengers first film, and it transports him to this a Minecraft world, right? So here he befriends this wolf uh, that he names I forgot the name of the damn dog. Anyway, he befriends this wolf, and he starts creating stuff in this world. He finds another portal. He finds out there's another world, but it's all dark and gloomy, and it basically looks like hell. So in this movie, um, the other characters, Henry, he is basically almost like a boy. I wouldn't call him a boy genius, but he's real creative. He draws things. Him and his sister, I believe her name is. I have to look this up. Excuse me. I believe her name is Natalie. Yeah, they moved to this new town, right? And she's got a job working at this chip factory, and there's another girl there, a real estate agent by the name of Dawn. Dawn. Okay, Dawn and Natalie in this movie are two of the um most unneeded characters in this film. Okay, they there's no need for them to be in this movie at all. I'm gonna explain that a little later. And then last but not least, you have Jason Momoa who plays Garrett, who's basically um a store owner of a video game retro shop. He used to be like a video gamer, I guess, back in the 80s. He played in some tournaments. I guess he won. He was big time back then, and now he's not. And his shop is closing, so he's low on money. And his character in this film is really he's like macho. You know, he's like a macho type of guy who's down on his luck. So they all stumble into this world, and in this world, there's a bunch of things that can be built. Just through your creativity, through your creative mind, right? And in this movie, there's so much damn green screen. It was taking me out most of the time. I was sitting there and I was watching it because there's times where you see Jason Momoa and Steve and they're flying, and you can see the green screen behind them, and it looks terrible. There's times where the creatures just show up, and it looks terrible. Um, the only people who really were a big focus in this movie were Garrett, um, Steve, and Henry. Natalie and Dawn really did not need to be in this movie. Okay, their characters were underutilized. It didn't feel like they were pushing the story along for any type of reason. They were just there, right? And in the movie, you got you know the other three characters, the three boys, Glenn and Steve and Henry, and they're all trying to get to this castle because they need the other piece of the orb to get them home. The last piece they had somehow got lost, so now they need to match the orb or the cube up with the other piece that's in this castle. So they got to go on this crazy adventure to get it, and of course the girls get split up from them, and it just becomes this wild and crazy movie from beginning to end. And like I said, it is over the top. Jack Black is over the top. There's one point in the movie where he shows up once the sun comes up after some of the Nether, that's the name of the Dark World, uh, creatures show up to retrieve the cube from them. And as they start to burn up, Jack Black does like this crazy dance where he's like, it's, the more they burn up, the more he just flickering with the fingers and doing all this crazy stuff, right? And it just gets crazy and crazy and crazier the more this movie goes on. And yeah, I'm trying to see. There's another scene in this movie that the big scene, the chicken jockey scene, right? In that scene, Jack Black gets tied up to the ropes. They're in a ring, right? And Garrett has to fight this chicken with a little person on it, the green zombie looking creature, right? And they get into this big fight and he's getting his butt kicked, and eventually he hands his butt to him. You know what I'm saying? But it's just how this movie plays out. Meanwhile, um, in that part in the castle or the whatever you want to call it, Henry is going off to retrieve the piece that they need. So he managed to get it, and he fights this other strange creature who he was worried about earlier not to look at because if he looks into his eyes, he get all these crazy visions and stuff. So he manages to defeat him, and in the crazy visions, everybody that he's with, they're all basically telling him that he's a loser, that he can't handle it, that he's gonna fail, and all these other things. He ends up snapping out of it, and ends up dropping to the floor into the middle of the ring, and they all end up getting away. Um, the movie itself is really crazy. Like I said, the green screen is crazy. Jack Black is over the top. Him and Garrett, I don't know what it is about Garrett. Maybe because he's macho, but Garrett is basically always going at it with Steve about trying to be the leader. Even though Steve knows this world, so it makes more sense for him to be the leader. But he's constantly, excuse me, trying to prove himself. And I think it's because he's down on his luck in so many words, loser. And, he's trying to figure out, get his life back in order. At one point, he ends up using the cube as a tool to get Steve, take him to the mines, and to take some, I think it's like some gold, so that he can use it to get his shop and get his life back in order because he's facing an eviction notice. And at one point in the mines, they're being chased by this huge pig-like creature, right? And they end up getting into like this trolley, and the trolley they're trying to move. They're trying to get it to like this part where like these red lava locks or something will help it zip off. And they manage to do that just before the big, huge pig creature shows up. Excuse me, and almost takes them out. And they it ends up setting off some type of dynamite, which completely destroys the whole entire mine, along with the other creatures in there in the big pig creature. I don't know what the evil pig creature's name was in here, but her character was really funny. She was probably the only real entertaining part of this whole entire movie. I enjoyed her character. That was the only time I actually really laughed in this whole entire film. Um, because basically every time she was doing something, she was yelling at her minions, and all her minions were basically idiots. And they just had a bunch of funny parts in this movie, but those that was probably the only time I actually laughed. As far as any parts with the humans, it really wasn't that funny. Like I said, the green screen looked terrible. A lot of the creatures that showed up, some of them looked like they stepped right out of the Power Rangers TV show because it looked like it was guys in suits that were going after the team. So yeah, um, the ending of this movie. So they end up defeating the big bad. They didn't kill her, but Jack Black leaves her there to deal with her losses. After they manage to get the cube back, and they end up getting home. And there's like this big singing part once they get back home, right? And it's just crazy. And then I guess there's a end credit scene which I was unfamiliar with, and I don't know what that's about. So who knows if we'll get a second one. All in all, I'm gonna give this movie a 2.5 out of 5 stars. It wasn't that great to me. It was okay. It wasn't great. I don't understand how anybody went into this or came out of this and had a lot of fun. There's some parts in it where were fun, but for the most part, it was just kind of like, eh. I didn't really enjoy it all that much. Um, I'd be surprised if we get a sequel, especially with the money it put in. It wouldn't surprise me if they try and do a sequel and bring the team back. If they do, they got to use the females, Natalie and Dawn, a lot more because they were highly underutilized. There's one more thing in here too. I almost forgot. There's a few scenes where the movie skips back and it goes to Jennifer Coolidge, aka Stifler's mom, if y'all know what I know. And she's she ended up hitting the strange man with a long nose. He's from a Minecraft world. She hits him, and um, they start going on dates and stuff, right? They went on a date and they started getting attracted to each other. So for that reason, the movie kept going back to her every now and then. Don't know why, but I feel like they could have left that part out. You know what I'm saying? But this movie overall was stupid, goofy, nutty. A 2.5 out of 10 is what I'm giving this. Okay. Y'all let me know in the comment section what do y'all think about this movie. Did y'all enjoy it? Was the movie theater crazy for y'all? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you all for watching. I'll catch you on my next review. Peace out. 2,000 subs.